of the internet to bring you the ultimate in life hacks, bonkers inventions, and crazy contraptions designed to make your life easier, more exciting, and definitely more fun. And we've summoned a team of experts with science brains and funny bones to explain everything. From the ridiculous to the sublime. And make sure you strap in for the grand finale at our very own Hack HQ, where we create and construct an epic stunt, our very own super-sized solutions to life's problems, big and small, with the help of Mike Sansom, pyrotechnician, chemist and engineer, and his human guinea pigs, Marcus Bronzy and Stephen Grant. For now, sit back, relax and put your feet up. Let us do the hard work so you don't have to. This is how hacks work. This episode is all about eco tips. Everywhere you look today, you see advice on how to cut down your impact on the planet. Well, we're going one step further and giving you a whole show dedicated to it.
Our planet is a very fragile ecosystem. We need to look after it so it will look after us.
Saving the planet is a serious subject, so we're going to give you some advice on little things you can do that will not only reduce everyone's impact on Mother Earth, but also the impact on your bank account. We'll also be showing you how to use a humble pedal to generate your own power. And then in our super epic hack, we'll actually be building our very own power generator. Hack HQ becomes self-sufficient. If you've got a lot of balloons to blow up and want to save on helium, this hack shows you how to do it in a really, really cool way. No, seriously, you want gloves for this. OK, now take your giant balloon and carefully fill it with dry ice cubes. Now for the cool part, take some water and pour it into the balloon. Now tell me you don't feel like a mad scientist. Now wait, and wait, and wait a bit more. And there you go, an inflated giant balloon that saves on helium and your lungs.
A traditional way of blowing up party balloons, if you don't want water in them, is using helium.
And we in no way recommend inhaling some of it to make your voice sound funny.
Using helium in balloons is actually becoming more and more of an issue because we have a limited supply of helium on Earth. And helium rises, so it actually rises all the way up out of our atmosphere as soon as we release it.
So what is dry ice and how can it inflate a balloon? Dry ice is made from carbon dioxide. When we breathe out, the air contains a gaseous form of carbon dioxide. The coldest temperature ever recorded on Earth was minus 89 degrees Celsius. Dry ice in solid form is minus 78.5 degrees Celsius. That's pretty nippy. As the dry ice warms up from its numbing temperature, it turns directly from solid to liquid, a process known as sublimation. All this scientific jargon means we can use it to blow up a balloon. As the dry ice sublimes into a gas, the particles vibrate and spread out, filling the entire balloon with ice-cold CO2 instead of expensive helium. This workaround solution takes far more time to do than actually just filling it up with helium. However, it does look cool, and for that reason I'm approving it. A hit! Now, if like me you enjoy smashing massive metal cans, but don't have access to an industrial crusher, you'll definitely want to watch this next video very closely. Using nothing more than heat and water, you can crush cans as if by magic.
Those cans are really strong, so to see it crushed by the force of air alone is amazing.
I've seen entire oil tankers be crushed down to nothing by the power of air pressure alone.
By filling a can with water and heating it, you create steam, which drives out all of the air. Then when you turn the can over and drop it in water, it creates a vacuum which crushes the can.
Air exerts a lot more pressure than you give it credit for. We just don't notice because we're very tough when it comes to withstanding that pressure.
So don't go picking a fight with air, all right?
On average, we use about 200 billion cans a year. That's 6,700 every single second. So we should really be recycling.
Water and heat already do roughly 6 billion jobs for us on this planet, so adding can crushers to their list is a good idea. This is definitely a hit! After a day crushing cans, you'll want to relax. How about in a homemade couch from recycled wood that won't harm the environment? The catch? Yep, you have to build it yourself.
You cut like this.
If he calls this a couch, I'd hate to see what he calls a park bench.
Okay, so basically that is it. Sit down, relax, have a beer with your buddy, and if you want to make just a normal chair instead of a couch, you can just make a half-sized one, like this one over here, and then you can have 2 buddies and 3 beers.
Whatever you call it, this is a cool bit of furniture that's been recycled from stuff heading to the garbage. An earth-saving hack hit. A recent study that I just made up found that every household in the world has at least 6,983 plastic bags. If you find you're running out of cupboards, drawers, and well, anything else to stuff plastic bags into, watch this next video very carefully. First, grab an empty crisp tube. If you haven't got one, go buy a tube of crisps and eat them, safe in the knowledge that you're saving the planet. Now, with the help of a plunger, stuff as many plastic bags as you can into it. Yeah, that's it. Honestly.
Last year we used 1 trillion plastic bags, which works out to be 1 million a minute.
That is a huge amount of plastic. When you make plastic, it just stays on the earth for the rest of infinity, forever. It doesn't go away.
A bit like those Fast and Furious movies.
It is possible to recycle plastic bags, but unfortunately in most places the facilities aren't available, so they usually end up in landfill.
Using this hack, for example, is a good way of making sure that we're not just throwing plastic away into the nature.
Stuffing plastic bags into a cardboard cylinder might not be the most revolutionary hack in our solar system. But anything that helps control the chaos of modern living is always going to be a hack hit. Now, this next storage solution tip comes with a warning. Please, please, please make sure you clean out any chemicals before you start cutting. And now we have your interest. This entire shelf system using empty plastic bottles has student accommodation written all over it. Simply cut a massive hole in the largest side of your bottle and hey presto, a storage unit that is nearly as cheap as one from IKEA. Quick note, you don't have to make as many as this guy has. He must have a lot of underwear.
I think this is a brilliant hack. Anything which uses up plastic in a cool and innovative way is great.
The good thing about this is you don't always need to open the drawers. You can just unscrew the caps and pull your pants out through the hole.
This really is a hack for those on a budget, or people who really, really want to feel like they live in a chemicals factory. A kind of hack hit, I suppose. Coming up later, Mike generates actual electricity using pedal power before taking everything he's learned, making it bigger and using it to blow stuff up and make cool pyrotechnics. Usual day at Hack HQ then. So far this eco episode has already shown you how to blow up a balloon, crush huge cans, store plastic bags, and even make your own set of drawers. If that hasn't got you running for the nearest DIY shop, stick around and have a watch of the next array of eco advice. After all this hard work cutting costs and saving the planet, you're probably all hot, sweaty and ready to jump into a nice relaxing shower. But only if you want to shower one small part of your head. This top tip is amazing if you need to wash your hair and your shower is broken. Reckon he'd need a slightly bigger bottle if he was more gifted in the follicles department.
Yeah, is it a hack?
I really feel for this guy. He has no shower.
The only thing with this clip is the guy has no hair. So it's a good hack, but the wrong person to demonstrate it.
If you've ever tried to think of an eco-friendly use for your used bath water, look no further than your furry friends. Perfect. Anyway, enough of cute animals playing in the bath, back to some serious eco-friendly hacks. Boiling hot water and expensive smartphones are rarely a good combination, but this time it's actually useful. Kind of. For this hack, we're ignoring the fact he obviously has a power outlet inches away and focusing on the amazing USB interface, which is an eco-friendly way of turning scalding hot water into battery power.
This can't be real. If they used an energy drink, that would work, because energy, battery, but surely with water, that just sounds like magic.
Reusable cups are probably one of the last things the human race has managed to stick a USB port into, so for that reason alone this tip is impressive.
The thermoelectric effect uses special conducting materials called semiconductors, and if there's a temperature gradient, so a hot point and a cold point, the charge will move from the hot point to the cold point. This is an electric current. That could be enough energy to power a smartphone.
Using water to generate electricity, right? That is no new idea. That is what the Industrial Revolution was based on.
If you're camping next to a roaring fire, this is a hit. If you're literally anywhere else though, it's a little bit pointless and slightly dangerous, and not actually that effective, so it's a no. From the ridiculous to the sublime now, as we head over to Hack HQ to see them actually generating electricity. And there's not a USB or fossil fuel in sight.
Mike is going to be so impressed with this. There is no better eco-solution for generating electricity than using a potato. Excellent.
Stephen!
Mike!
How you doing?
I'm fine, thanks, and you are going to be so proud of me today because when it comes to our hack of generating electricity, I've done it.
But what is that?
It's an epic hack using potatoes.
Obviously, yeah.
Yeah, but look, I've used them as a battery and it's going to generate electricity. Now, get ready for this.
Okay.
You might not need safety glasses, but squint, it's going to be light bright. Here we go, here we go, here we go.
Wow!
How's that look?
I'm impressed. But do you know how it works?
Absolutely, yeah. What happens is the potatoes, they work... No, I've no idea.
Right, so you've got potatoes there which provide an acid, an electrolyte, and then you've got a reactive metal, which is the zinc on the bolts, and a non-reactive metal, which is the copper. You get an electron transfer, produces electricity, bang, on with the LED.
Fabulous. And is that how we're going to do our epic hack today?
No, not at all. We can't use potatoes. We need a lot more electricity because we're going to be setting off fireworks with it.
That sounds like a lot of potatoes.
No potatoes.
So how are we going to do it then?
Right, we're going to use induction, and I'm going to use you to make the induction.
Right.
You stick the magnet into the copper wire, backwards and forwards,
right,
and it produces electricity.
Oh, OK.
Tiny, tiny, tiny amounts. Give it a go.
All right.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Got to go as fast as possible.
All right. So, is this enough electricity for our epic hack?
Not quite. This is quite a small amount of electricity. Now, there's several ways you can make more electricity.
OK.
You can either increase the coils.
Right.
Increase the magnet.
OK.
Or increase the speed.
OK, I'm going faster now.
Yeah, but it's not fast enough.
OK.
Yeah, so put that down, put that down.
Right.
Yeah, yeah. So to upscale this induction, we're going to use a dynamo. Now, a dynamo is essentially a motor like this one.
Right.
On the spindle that turns around, there's loads and loads of coils of wire, just like that.
Yep.
And then on the outside, there's magnets. So the coil spins around on the magnets, producing electricity. Look at that, much easier than a potato.
Oh, right, OK. And how are we going to do that?
Not we, Stephen, you. I'm going to stick you on your bike, dynamo connected to it, and for our eco-friendly hack, you're going to be producing my electricity.
Epic.
Join us later at Hack HQ where we'll be putting Stephen through his paces to generate more than a few sparks. You don't want to miss this. We've shown you how to harness the magic of water in high degrees to varying degrees of success. And coming up, we'll be going from lots of hot water to one really hot star as we turn to the sun for some tips to brighten up your eco-friendly travel. There are few things in the world more ancient than a slingshot. Since the time of David and Goliath, they've taught us that aim and ingenuity is better than raw strength. Here we show you an eco-friendly way to repurpose a humble plastic drinks bottle into an amazingly accurate handheld slingshot. Just be careful where you're pointing it. To make your slingshot, you just need to cut the top off a plastic drinks bottle. Then take a balloon and fit it tightly to the open cap, like this. If you really want to look cool, you can attach flights to a wooden skewer like this for a mini-flighted spear. That's cool, right? Right?
This is such a cool toy. I would love to make one. I'm going to make one.
Can someone please make sure George is not allowed to make his own slingshot?
Rubber is stretchy because it's what we call a polymer.
When we are pulling back the elastic, we are giving it potential energy. The rubber is then pulled back into shape is because of something called entropy, which means that the molecules actually don't want to be in this ordered state. They want to go into this messy one.
With this homemade slingshot, you'll never miss. So obviously, it's a hit! Homemade slingshots are a great tool for the wilderness, but do you know what's even better? A solar-powered boat! It's amazing for the environment, and you get to look ridiculously cool. Check out this clip for an amazing way to ride the waves. In less time than it takes most people to put a shelf up, this dad has found a way to keep his kids quiet for an afternoon by making a solar-powered boat. And all it took was building a boat from scratch, which is not only seaworthy, but also capable of harnessing the immense light energy of a star 150 million kilometres away.
I thought this hack was amazing. This person's made this whole boat out of just some drain pipes. It's really cool.
He's got a big, heavy car battery on there with, like, you know, connectors to it and his children, and it's on water. It just strikes me as really dangerous. But I would have thought, battery, water, is that not a recipe for disaster? Yeah.
We get an amazing amount of power from our sun. About 1,000 watts hits a square metre of land on average, which is huge if we can harness it.
With solar panels, it's not necessarily how sunny, it's how long is it sunny for.
But how does a solar panel work? Inside the panel there are 2 layers of silicon, one with extra electrons making it negative, and the other with electrons taken away, making it positive. When a ray of sunshine hits the top layer, it gives energy to the silicon and releases more electrons. But now it's a bit crowded, so some of the electrons politely make their way out to this energy party via a conductor at the top. If you link the conductor up to a circuit, then these electrons flow as electricity and can be used to power objects like light bulbs, computers, and small child-sized boats. The electrons then re-enter the silicon right back where we started, ready for more light to hit. If we were able to effectively gather the sunlight that hit the Earth in just 1 hour, we'd be able to power the world for a whole year. This bright spark has conquered the rays and the waves. It's a definite hit. We've proved you can use the blinding light of the sun to power a boat. But what if you want to cool down? Well, luckily, and ironically, the sun can also help you do that. These workers decided their hats weren't doing enough work simply keeping the sun out of their eyes. So they attached solar panels to them and hung fans off them.
Why doesn't every hat have this? It's great. You want to get cooler, attach a fan onto your sun hat. It makes perfect logical sense.
The nice thing about solar panels is you don't need direct sunlight for them to work. Even diffuse light on a not bright sunny day is enough to get those things going.
I've got quite a big head, slightly bigger than average, so I would like to make one of those, but I think I'd need to use one of those, the blades from one of those wind farm things.
Don't mind a moving fan dangling in front of your face all day during work? Then this gadget's for you. For everyone else, it's a miss. We've shown you how the sun can be used to generate power. And now Hack HQ want to build their very own eco-friendly electricity generator. Always having to go one better. Over to Hack HQ. The countdown is over and the fuses are lit. There's no cannon too big, no dynamite too strong for Mike to handle. And with his trusty guinea pig Stephen, he'll try anything so that you don't have to. Earlier we created some serious electricity in our hack workshop, but now it's time to wave the supersized wand over it as we pull out all the stops for our money-saving super eco-hack.
Ah, Mike.
Stephen.
Ah, what have you done to my bike?
I'm so pleased you asked. This is the key to our eco-friendly hack.
What is it?
Right, so you know what we did earlier with the dynamo?
Right.
We've got a bigger version of that right here. So this is our dynamo.
Okay.
We're going to use the power of you to pedal the bike, speeding up the dynamo and creating electricity.
And that's how it works?
That's how it works.
And what's the point of all this?
Right, over here, hop on.
Okay.
Grab some safety glasses.
Right.
I have got a firing desk here which is connected up to a whole load of fireworks. You need to pedal to generate electricity. That will light up my light bulbs, and then I'll know that I've got power to fire my fireworks.
Which explains why I'm wearing safety goggles on a bike that's not going anywhere.
Exactly.
Okay.
The electrical energy Stephen is creating is being stored up until there's enough to create a spark that will ignite the fireworks from the inside. All it takes is the push of a button to unleash the stored electricity with explosive results.
Look at the power you're creating.
Oh, your smug face is even better lit.
You need to go faster though.
Okay.
You need to get these bulbs lit up. So these are 60-watt bulbs and you're generating about 200 volts of electricity.
Oh, well...
But you need to keep it at a constant speed.
Okay.
You ready for it?
Ready for what?
Keep going. Faster, 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 and look at that!
Oh, wow!
My fire, no, but you're going to have to keep going because I can't.
okay.
Yeah, you keep on going.
What's this then? I'm powering your fridge as well. Microwave.
I need to get these bulbs lit up properly.
Oh, okay, I'm going.
There you go! Faster, 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 faster. Yeah! Yeah! Are you ready for the finale? 3, 2, 1.
I did that! That's amazing, yeah, excellent. Look at that, and that was proper eco, wasn't it? We didn't plug into the mains, it was just
Exactly
me.
right, just you powering my firing system.
Oh, I'm really excited about that. Well, thank you for that, Mike. I'm just pleased that I'm done for the day.
No,
I'm
no,
exhausted.
not quite yet.
Oh.
Need you for one more thing.
Right.
You've got to admit this is the perfect eco-friendly hack. You're generating electricity for free. It's free energy.
Do you know what, Mike? I think you're right. The fact is, you know, we could be burning fossil fuels to make electricity and ruining the environment and the planet, but by using human power, I am able to get this bike to generate essential services. It's a brilliant idea. One of the best ones ever, Mike. What do you think, Mike? 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 Mike?
Stephen, keep pedaling. I'm barely on the second episode.
From balloons to boats, carbon dioxide to catapults, and bags to very, very big bangs. We've given you all the tools you need to become eco-warriors. Go forth and save the planet.